My manager mocked the safety checklist I built, then ordered me to sign off anyway. The machine had not passed inspection, and he thought my signature was just paperwork. It was the only thing standing between his launch date and a locked production line. I was the safety coordinator at a small packaging plant. My job was not glamorous, but every new machine needed my inspection before it could run at full speed. The new line was supposed to launch Friday morning, and my manager, Darren, had promised regional leadership it would be ready. On Wednesday, I found 3 problems during the first inspection. One emergency stop was wired incorrectly, a guard sensor failed twice, and the maintenance team had never completed the lockout test. I marked the line as not ready and gave Darren the checklist. He laughed and said, "You people can turn a loose screw into a national emergency." I told him I would sign as soon as the tests passed. Instead of fixing them, he removed me from the launch meeting and told the maintenance supervisor to make the boxes green. By Thursday afternoon, the online tracker showed every task completed, even though I knew 2 tests had not happened. I asked Darren who changed the entries. He leaned back in his chair and said, "I did. We are done letting you slow this down." Then he slid the final release form across his desk. I refused to sign it. His voice dropped. "Sign it before you leave or don't bother coming in Monday. I can replace a checklist person in 10 minutes. Understood. I took the form, wrote "inspection incomplete" across the signature box, scanned it into the safety record, and went home. What Darren had forgotten was that my name was not decorative. The line's control system required an active safety release number tied to the person who performed the inspection. No release, no production mode. Friday morning, Darren tried to start the launch in front of the regional operations director. The machine powered on, then stopped at restricted speed and displayed one message: safety release required. He called me 6 times before 8 a.m. I answered the 7th. "Come in and clear this," he snapped. I told him I had been instructed not to return unless I signed an inspection I had not performed. The regional director was standing beside him and heard every word. By noon, corporate safety had reviewed the tracker history. Darren had changed the test statuses himself. The maintenance supervisor confirmed he had been told to mark unfinished work complete. The launch was delayed 2 days while the wiring and sensor problems were corrected. Darren was removed from operations during the review, and a month later he was transferred out of management. I stayed. They moved me into a new quality and safety lead role with authority to stop launches directly instead of arguing through a manager. Darren had called me a checklist person. Turns out the checklist was the easy part. The signature was the job.